For decades, Iran's position on nuclear weapons was clear. Khamenei said no. Larijani held the line. The Fatwa held. Khamenei is dead. Larijani is dead. And Iran's hardliners are now saying it openly, on state television, for the first time. Build the bomb, or buy one. The people who said no are no longer there. Iran's hardliners are pushing louder than ever for the country to pursue a nuclear weapon. And for the first time, that conversation is no longer behind closed doors. Two senior Iranian sources told Reuters that since the killing of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the Revolutionary Guards have tightened their grip on power, and with it, their influence over Iran's nuclear direction. For decades, Tehran's position was consistent. Khamenei had declared nuclear weapons forbidden under Islam through a fatwa, and Iran remained inside the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Thanks to America and Israel, that position is now being openly questioned. State media affiliated with the Guards ran a piece on March 26th, calling on Iran to withdraw from the NPT without further delay. Days earlier, state television also gave airtime to a conservative commentator telling viewers the public had made up its mind.
We need to act in order to build a nuclear weapon. Either we build it or we acquire it.
Hardline politician Mohammad Javad Larijani, whose brother Ali Larijani was killed in a strike earlier this month, went further, calling for Iran's NPT membership to be suspended altogether.
The NPT should be suspended. We should form a committee to assess whether the NPT is of any use to us at all.
One of the two senior sources whom Reuters quotes was clear that no decision has been taken as of now. Iran has not committed to building a bomb, but credible voices inside the establishment are now demanding a policy shift, and the people who once pushed back against them are gone. Khamenei's fatwa against nuclear weapons carried weight as long as he was alive. Whether that religious ruling binds his successors is legally uncertain. His son Mojtaba is believed to have different ideas from his father and has not been seen in public since Khamenei's death. Ali Larijani, who the sources said had consistently resisted hardliner pressure on nuclear matters, was killed in a strike earlier this month. The US-Israeli attacks on Iran's nuclear facilities have sharpened the internal debate. Iranian strategists are now asking what remaining inside the NPT has actually gained them, particularly after talks on their nuclear program were still underway when the strikes began. Analysts have long characterized Iran's ambition as becoming a threshold state, capable of assembling a weapon quickly without formally crossing that line. After weeks of airstrikes, two key moderating figures dead, and a new leadership yet to find its footing, that calculation is now very much in question. A dangerous escalation is unfolding in the Middle East, where nuclear facilities are now in the line of fire, and the risks are no longer just military, but potentially catastrophic. Iran has reportedly targeted Israel's Dimona and Negev nuclear research facilities in what appears to be a retaliatory move following an earlier strike near Iran's Bushehr nuclear power plant. The developments mark a significant escalation, with nuclear-linked sites now directly drawn into the conflict. According to Iran's Atomic Energy Organization, a projectile struck the grounds of the Bushehr nuclear facility at approximately 7 p.m. local time on March 17th. Authorities stated that the incident caused no financial, technical, or human damage. The International Atomic Energy Agency, the United Nations nuclear watchdog, confirmed it had received a report from Iran regarding the incident. In a carefully worded statement, the agency said a projectile had hit the premises of the Bushehr nuclear power plant on Tuesday evening, but no damage to the facility or injuries to staff were reported. Meanwhile, IAEA Director General Rafael Mariano Grossi reiterated calls for maximum restraint amid the ongoing conflict, warning of the potential risks associated with military activity near nuclear installations. Russia's foreign ministry condemned the strike near Iran's Bushehr nuclear power plant and called on the US and Israel to stop attacking the Islamic Republic's nuclear facilities.
We strongly condemn the irresponsible and completely unacceptable missile attack launched against the inner perimeter of the Bushehr nuclear power plant, just meters from an operating energy unit. We have repeatedly warned Israel and the United States, which continue their aggressive military campaign against the Islamic Republic of Iran, of the categorical unacceptability of threatening the lives and health of the numerous Russian citizens remaining at the site who are part of the nuclear power plant's workforce. Tel Aviv and Washington must refrain from reckless attacks on nuclear infrastructure facilities, which pose a real risk of a radiological and environmental catastrophe throughout the region.
The Bushehr facility, located along the Persian Gulf coast, is Iran's only operational nuclear power plant. It is staffed in part by personnel from Russia's state nuclear agency, Rosatom, which has been involved in constructing additional reactors at the site. Russia strongly condemned the strike, with Rosatom CEO Alexei Likachov saying,
"It is a flagrant disregard for key rules and principles of international security."
While radiation levels at the site remain stable and no Russian personnel were harmed, the agency has begun evacuating staff as a precautionary measure. Construction work on 2 additional reactors has also been suspended. Reports indicate that several hundred Russian specialists remain at the facility, with further evacuation efforts underway as hostilities continue. The United States military's Central Command, which oversees operations in the region, has not yet responded to the development. Strikes on nuclear facilities are widely regarded as violations of international norms due to the severe risks they pose. Any damage leading to radioactive contamination could have far-reaching consequences, particularly for neighboring countries, including Bahrain, the United Arab Emirates, and Oman, as well as the wider Persian Gulf region. The broader conflict continues to intensify. Iran has launched missile and drone attacks against United States and Israeli assets across the region, while also moving to effectively close the Strait of Hormuz, a critical global energy corridor. The disruption has already triggered a surge in international oil and gas prices. Russia, which has strengthened its strategic and economic ties with Iran in recent years, has previously condemned US and Israeli strikes on Iranian territory, describing them as acts of aggression. The ongoing conflict between the United States, Israel, and Iran is raising fresh concerns about Tehran's nuclear ambitions, with analysts warning that the country's new leadership could take a far more aggressive approach than before. At the center of these concerns is Iran's new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, who assumed power following the killing of his father, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, in US-Israeli strikes that triggered the current war. Observers say the leadership transition, combined with escalating hostilities, could reshape Iran's long-standing nuclear strategy. Raz Zimt, head of the Iran program at the Institute for National Security Studies, believes Mojtaba Khamenei may be more willing to take risks compared to his predecessor, who was often seen as cautious in matters of strategic escalation.
The only good thing which one could say about Ali Khamenei was that he was usually very cautious. He didn't take very risky decisions. And I think that the new leadership under Mojtaba might be willing to take more risks.
Reports suggest Iran still possesses hundreds of kilograms of uranium enriched to 60% purity, a level that can be further refined to weapons-grade material.
If Iran, after the war, will be able to still use the fissile material which is still left in Iran, there is 450 or 400 kilograms of enriched uranium to 60%. In order to enrich uranium to 90%, then convert that to uranium metal and break out, which is certainly a possibility. This is one of the things we could expect from Mojtaba. This would be a very negative development. I think this is the worst thing we could expect from him.
The warning comes as the war continues to expand across the region. More than 2 weeks after the United States and Israel launched strikes on Iran, the conflict has spread to multiple theaters, including Iraq, and the Gulf. Iranian retaliation has included drone and rocket attacks targeting US and allied positions, including strikes on the American embassy in Baghdad. Despite repeated assertions by US President Donald Trump that the objective of the campaign is to prevent Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons, analysts warn that the conflict itself may push Tehran in the opposite direction. A more hardline leadership, coupled with heightened perceptions of existential threat, could accelerate internal debates over abandoning long-standing restrictions on nuclear weaponization. For decades, Iran has maintained that it does not seek nuclear weapons, often citing a religious decree issued by the late Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. However, with a new supreme leader now in place, the future of that doctrine remains uncertain. Some experts argue that Iran's nuclear capability cannot be fully dismantled through military strikes alone. While infrastructure can be damaged, the scientific knowledge and technical expertise required to build a weapon remain intact.